I'm gonna continuously make things uh, like these videos, where as I'm making these videos, I can hear my neighbors trying to counter reality. Um, Today was a day where target individual. So we are sometimes forced to think in this retardation of ways. I'm listening to my target individuals trying, my perps trying to disturb me and annoy me. Their perps are people around you contracted by these governmental entities that tries to disorient you and make you believe of a reality they put together. Some of them are damn near childlike individuals. I don't think when you're an adult, respectable individual, or try to maintain some kind of level of self-respect, it's tough to be doing what they do. I think that's why they like to use these people who can easily make themselves like children or are children, because it's humiliating. It is truly. I've seen these people who would consider themselves self-respectable individuals, but have to be so humiliating to themselves that they call that being daring. Because the daring is not that they put themselves in danger. The daring is that we are daring to be this retarded. And with me, the way they try to counter that is sometimes to talk about how I'm going to be tortured, as if that's going to change the reality of things. Me being tortured is just that, me being tortured. Throughout the day, I was listening to a podcast, and one thing about this technology, and one thing I will never, never, never underestimate is the level of sophistication. One thing you hear is target individual almost thinking that we are in this like battle with spiritual beings, when in reality, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but the reality is maybe spirituality has an impact in regard of the deeper aspect of things, as in people are doing foul things to us, and these people are perhaps not on the right side of things. They're definitely doing evil things. They're obviously doing foul things to us, but it's not it's not like special master beings or like spiritual beings doing this to us. It's actual human beings doing these things to us, because this technology is a technology that is extremely sophisticated, that can almost make you think that this is like a godlike thing happening to us, but it's not. It's truly human made and technology that is extremely, extremely sophisticated. And it's been this sophisticated because they've been experimenting and implementing these things onto us. But now this thing is so far. And I've never underestimated that. So when I hear this trash, for example, right now in my neighbors, I can hear them opening the door and try to make noise campaign, right? Those are like the bottom feeders. I mean, I've seen them in different versions. When I go to work, I see them try to like interrupt you and disorient you, and they could say something. They can say something to me, right? Let's just say this. What was something they said today? Consolidations or something like that, and I will see this, and then later on hear these words being said by like somebody I'm listening to on a podcast or something like that, right? I've talked about this a lot of times. As a target individual, what happened is you become a subject where everything around you is orchestrated, everything. And on top of that, your whole ecosystem, everything you listen to, interact with, is orchestrated. Now, we know that this sophisticated technology is not only implemented onto us, target individual, but this network is, like they like to say today, they say that word a lot, but I've said it many times, global. So it's obviously bigger than you. But when you're a target individual, what they try to create is this ecosystem where you think everybody is aware of what's happening to you, that everybody's against you. In the past, if you didn't know that these people, this technology has the ability to not only know what other people are going to say, or even influence them to say certain things, or even know that this is bigger than you, you think, oh my gosh, this podcaster knows about me. He's involved in my targeting. Oh, this person said something somebody else said. Oh my gosh, everybody around me. It's not the case. Is that they know who we listen to, and they can either predict or even control, influence people to say certain things. It's not like they're controlling. Hey, then it's just like a word. So is it like this is at that point is me speculating a little more, because is either they predict what this person is going to say and say it to me before that, or influence somebody to say something that is just like a word, and that's that. Either way, but that's how we're supposed to, and what's supposed to happen is we are supposed to think, oh, this person is also involved. Oh, this is not the case. It's just they want to make you believe that your world is everything around you is about you. Everybody is just trying to do something. Hope is not the don't. But of course, there's a lot of people involved in that. But and also, what they like to do with me is they want me to see them, because I see them for the trash that they are. Listen, you see them, you're like, oh my gosh. You might tell me everything I'm gonna experience within the next 2 years or like whatever, but you have no idea what's gonna happen to you. And then they try to make you be subscriptive of the manipulations. Because what's happening to us target individuals, we are being manipulated to experience things that are disturbing, disgusting, pedophilia centric. But then when they do these things to us, where they tell us something and you hear it, they're like, you see, you are believe us now. And you're like, no, please understand. Not only you have the ability to manipulate me, but I know that you have the ability to perhaps influence things around me, or perhaps know what's going to happen to me, or what's going to happen to things, to what's going to happen around the world. Like, I understand this is not about me. But you use this occasion to try to get credibility. They try to get credibility based on the ability of this technology to do so much things. But you get the credibility. You have credibility that you can manipulate me. And you can definitely manipulate others if you can manipulate me. And these bottom feeders, this trash with the gimmicky acting geeks, the way they try to make you subscribe, it was like, I will never. I know. But on top of that, because we are target individual, we get validation from others, because what is happening to us is never unique to us. It's never. This is never unique to us. Everything I said has been experienced by others. No matter what the things they say to try to counter reality, they do this pedophilia thing so systematically that majority of target individuals are experiencing the same things. Majority. And they are trying to be like, no, but you see, we have the ability to tell you what this podcast is going to say. Yes, I know. And you have the ability to manipulate people to experience these things. Because this thing that they say, even that has been said, even that has been validated. Somebody was saying, there's this woman, by the way, she will say she will go somewhere and she will see like threads of things. Another person will say, oh, I'm a target individual, like almost everybody's involved. He was reading a book about something and then something happened to this place. It's like they make it seem like the whole world is like, no, this is what they do. And then they try to make you be subscriptive of this. Do you know I can literally bring up anything? Like, I can bring up everything they do to me. I can bring all of it up and make it seem like, and make sure others, I can bring something that is a testimonial from somebody saying exactly everything, every manipulation I'm experiencing has been testified by others. Even what I'm having right now, when I was trying to express myself, it was so tough, right? You saw me just kind of struggling there. This is because they can do something called forced speech, controlling and making it hard for me to speak. Everything they do to me have been done to others. It's so systematic that at this point, it's super predictive. What I'm saying today, I've said in many ways. Now they try to be creative. They try to find ways to be more creative. Okay, I'm working on something, this thing comes up, then at the same time I'm looking at this listen to this podcast, or I'm looking at the weather at the same time when they were talking about something about the, like, they try to create that intention, and then immediately when this happened, this like ways of orchestrating things around you, then they try to be like, they are, we proved it, believe us. I'm like, trash, I know you control everything around me. Why do you think I've been saying that for years? Go search in my videos and look for what was the predictability and control, and this is all methods to try to look at them in a credible way. Like, oh, you see what we can do? It's like, yes, I see what you can do. I know what you can do, and I know that includes the pedophilia type of torture. You can make people feel disturbing reactions. You can manipulate everybody around them. You can manipulate things, you can tell me what I'm going to see. You can, like, all of that. I understand my life is completely, at this point, controlled, orchestrated. And you, day in and day out, going to do the same pedophilia things that you're going to do to me. Then you're going to try to find ways to make me, to see you in a credible way, which I will never. And make me believe that, look at us. Let me tell you this, target individual. As a target individual, I can say this. This perps, this nobody, this trash can say some, and I'm not talking about just like adults, even these children can tell me something, and I will listen. It's like, oh, I'm going to experience something. Did this kid say something? I know that's going to happen. Do I think it's because this person is investigating this child? No, I know the technology has the ability to orchestrate your whole life. And these people know these things. Now, they don't know a single thing of what's going to happen to them. These bottom feeders are truly trash. I can hear these people saying, we're trash. You're trash. So because they're trashing me. Yes, these people are trash. They are trashing people. These people torture babies, kids, women of all all over the world. They are truly trash. Now, when I look at them, I don't look at them as like, oh my gosh, like these geniuses. No, none of them. Even when I'm like places where there's like, I know you have powers. Those empowering you actually happen to have a lot of pedophiles. This technology is being developed, but these entities with a lot of pedos or with problem with pedophilia. That's reality. I know I'm going to be forced to experience things that others have been forced to experience in this program. Nothing is new to me. Meaning nothing is new, like, just to me. They try to even this changing of wordage is try to play with you to create some frustrations and agitations. Nothing that is done to me is unique to me. When I talk about the pedophilia type of torture, somebody have said that. When I talk about manipulations of the people around me or whatever, or just like orchestrating things around me, somebody have said that. When I talk about everything I said, it's that. Matter of fact, I don't know if my camera is working, but they're doing these things. For me, target individual, everything that's happening to me, I want to show that there is a direct correlation with everything else. I don't know if my camera is working, but I hope that this is a true depiction of what's happening, because I'm glad they're doing these things. These people are the foulest human beings and have done so much horrible things to some of the most innocent people. Please, I don't know what's happening to my camera. I hope that's the way I'm going to upload it. But they do these things. Target individual, these people are responsible of the torture of the most vulnerable people, and they manipulate us in these disturbing pedophilia ways. And then when you're not subscribing and seeing them for the bottom feeders that they are, they try to disorient you and distort reality. Let me say this again. The technology is extremely sophisticated, but do not identify with the manipulations. They're going to use these methods to try to make you be subscriptive to something that is not you. They are trying to make you be somebody that you're not, and to never identify with the manipulations. This is so obvious that this is a tactic for you to be gaslighted into accepting things. So to all my target individuals, I don't know if this video is going to be visible, but one thing is for sure. This is why I make these videos. They are going to do their best to disorient you. And if this camera is, I don't know right now, I'm not seeing myself, but most likely it's because they're doing something. This is because they do these nasty things. They want to live in this distorted reality, and I'm not letting them doing that. I'd rather be tortured the way they tell me I'm going to be tortured, because they think that's the way that's going to counter reality. And no matter what manipulation I'm experiencing, I will never subscribe to it. Now, listen, like I said, I know target individual, they can orchestrate everything that you experience, but look at them for what they are. They are the trash the government have contracted, and these governmental entities doing these things to us are filled with pedophiles. So when they manipulate you in this pedophilia type of torture, understand that this is coming from entities that are filled with pedophiles that do horrible things to women and children and want you to be subscriptive to things that are falsified. Even your employer, I have this person who was he always tries to show his baby for the purpose of doing this pedophilia type of torture. What kind of self-respecting man or woman will do that just for the sole purpose to make you experience something disturbing, which is manipulated, and then try to gaslight you? It's like, no, you see, because I can tell you what you're going to experience tomorrow. Oh, please, of course I know you do that, but you don't know what's going to happen to you tomorrow or your child. To all my target individuals, stay strong and know that justice will be done for the nasty things they've done to people and for these fraudulent ways they've tried to create this psyop. Stay strong.